Hi, Steve Crossley here. I just want to talk to you about lipoic acid. I am not a doctor. I don't claim to be a doctor. I don't heal anybody. I don't try to treat anybody or any illness. I am an educator though, and I do like to give you information about things that I've tried and used myself that work for me. So you can take it for what it's worth. It's just education. Anyway, I think maybe I should have been a crisis manager, because it seems like when I get a major setback, major issue, that's when I seem to find the answer to the problem. What I call a real crisis is being told you're not going to live more than 6 months. And that happened, and that's what got me on the bandwagon for natural health, because the conventional health wasn't working. Now, I'm not here to bash conventional medicine, because they have many, many wonderful things, and they do a very good job of a lot of things. But there are a few things I just don't know about. And these are things that I have found out about that really work good for me. The time that I was given 6 months to live, it was lung cancer. The cancer had come back, and there was really not any alternatives that I could handle. I couldn't handle any more surgery, no more chemo. So at that point, that's when I found out about natural treatment. The next thing I found out about was serapeptase. I made a video on that, and that was brought about by congestion. Then the next issue was pneumonia, constant pneumonias, one after another. Vitamin C is what I found out about, and that treated it. And that has really helped a lot with keeping pneumonia at bay and a whole lot less frequent. Right now it's pretty successful. I hate to even say it for fear that it'll blow up in my face, but it is doing well. I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure several years ago, and they didn't tell me I was going to die, but I mean, it's pretty evident that people with congestive heart failure are usually dead within 5 years. So you don't feel good at all. So anyway, I found out about rejunenate, which is a natural herb from the bark of the rejunenate tree. I think I've made a video about that. And that has improved me greatly. It's taken me up. It's almost doubled my heart output with no downside to it whatsoever. Now, the new crossroads is my lungs. They've been bad since way back. 2002 is when it was first diagnosed, but I felt not so great before that. But anyway, it's got to the point now. I went to the doctor here back in April to see if there was anything they could do to help me. The medications I've been taking for that were the same. They've been the same all along, never changed. I was wondering maybe if there was something else that would help do a little better job. So he went and looked at my history and looked at my, he replaced my previous doctor who retired. So he went in and became familiar with my history, looked at the x-rays, and he came back and he said, I hate to be the one to tell you this, but somebody's got to. He said, 3 years ago you were only at 30% lung function, and he said, you got to be less than that with all these pneumonias you've had. And plus, emphysema is always getting worse. It never gets better. Well, I didn't know, but I did a bunch of homework, and I found out about lipoic acid several years ago. And it was one little interview that I listened to. Dr. Berkson was being interviewed by Julia Shopek on his medicine, and it was quite impressive. And so anyway, I started digging to find more information on it. I found some of it, and some of it was things that Dr. Berkson give me places that I can go and check more things out. That was in his presentation. Well, since that time, he was on Natural Health 365, and I listened to his interview and that was really the same thing. He had a little different, looked at it from a little bit different angle, and it had to do with what questions were asked to him. And anyway, he mentioned that they'd had very good success with healing all kinds of things. Not only just was it originally started out to treat diabetic neuropathy, but they found out as a side effect it was treating diabetes. Then they found out it was also treating liver disease. And then they found out it was treating other organs. Now they found out it treats heart and lungs. So I thought, well, boy, that's the perfect deal for me, because if anybody needs heart and lung repair, it's me. So I had been taking it for some time and wasn't getting much results, if anything. So I did a little checking and found out that what I'd been taking wasn't really the strong enough product. And most of your products out there aren't, if they're just over-the-counter simple things. Well, I did a little research and found some on Amazon.com that had a lot more kick to it. And so anyway, I bought that and started using it. And I started using that, but it made my stomach so upset that it was painful, like heartburn. And one of the things too, you have to take vitamin B complex with it, because it depletes your vitamin B, because it's an energy producer. It's what causes your body to be able to burn that glucose. It takes it right into that cell and provides the process for that to burn and turn it into energy. So anyhow, that B complex is kind of raspy in your stomach as well. So I thought, well, maybe I just can't handle that big of a dosage. So I have a place in Yuma, and my regular house is in Riverdale, Utah. And anyway, I came down here and I found out about a clinic that did IV alpha-lipoic acid. It was a coil clinic in San Luis Rio, Colorado, Mexico, just about 25 miles from where I live in Yuma. So anyway, I started going down there for treatments, and it didn't do a whole lot. Just right off the bat, I did feel just a little teeny bit better. Walked just a little bit further than I did before. But then I had some eye trouble and had to return to Utah, and I had to curtail the treatments for like almost a month. I came back, started again, and I had treatments for 2 weeks, and I felt a little better, but not really a whole lot. And I was just really kind of wondering, how much good it was doing. It was costing $120 for treatment, two a week is $240, so you do that by 4 times in a month, and you're almost over $1,000. And that's, it saves your life. If it does, it's a lot cheaper than regular medicine that isn't going to give you anything. However, when you're on a kind of a Social Security budget, it's a budget breaker. So I had to curtail that for a while until I could save up some more money, and I would like to do some more of that again. But in the meantime, I found out you have got to take alpha-lipoic acid away from food. So I take that the very first thing in the morning when I get up before I do anything. I'm not going to eat for several hours after I take it. And then the other time I take it is just before bed. I've had several hours since I had anything to eat. I'm not going to eat anything till morning, and I'll take it then. Now, I've also found out that if I do that and I drink probably 8 to 12 ounces of water with it, there's no burn whatsoever. Now, as for the B, I don't take the two together at the same time anymore. The B is better with food, and because that helps with the burn, and also with plenty of water. But I haven't had any burn problems whatsoever, and I've been able to take 300 milligrams 2 times a day, which is 600 milligrams, which is the same amount I was taking in IV. I don't know if the absorption's any better in IV or not, but what I'm doing now as making a difference. And I'm not saying that this is better than the IV at all, because if I continued the IV, I'm sure I would have had the same results, if not better. However, as an example, I can't get up and run around the block, no. But I was on 4 liters of oxygen when I came down here from Utah. I could hardly breathe when I got here. Normally, it would get a little better because the heavier air here would require less oxygen out of my oxygen concentrator. But I still needed that much air. So anyway, the other day I looked at my oxygen level. It was like 99. Well, it's too high, so I brought it down to like 3. And it's still 99. Well, that's too high still. Well, the danger of being too high is if you got too much oxygen, your heart thinks you don't need it to work too hard, so it kind of slacks off. And so then your system gets all out of balance. So you need to keep the oxygen level down below 98, and then your heart rate stays up and everything's working better. So anyway, I tried it on the 3 for a while, then I went to 2.5. Then I went to 2. Then I went to 1.5. 98 at 1.5. Now that is definitely an improvement. So I can't say enough good about this, and I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to stay the course. I'm sure when it's all said and done that I may be able to have a little bit more life with more activity. I used to play golf and do a lot of things until the last couple of years, and it's just gotten to the point I can't really do much of anything other than make videos on YouTube. But I love that, so, and I hope it'll bless you. Now, the form of lipoic acid that I take orally is called the R form. Now, your body makes lipoic acid. Every cell in your body makes it. But when you're young, it makes a lot. When you get older, it makes a lot less. So, you need to take that if you've got issues, but it's a good idea anyway, just for general health. But anyway, the dosage is usually considered to be about average about 600 milligrams, 300 milligrams twice a day. And you don't want to overdo it and take too much. Now, if you're a large person, you may need to take a little more. The guideline that I figured out is you take about 10 milligrams per kilogram of body weight. So I weigh about 175, and that averages that is, if you average the answer, it's about 80 kilograms. So 80 times the 10 would give me 800 roughly. So I'm a little, larger than maybe the average person, but not as large as some. Now you take someone that's 125 pounds, and they're going to be just under 600 pounds. So anyway, the safe level is usually right around 6, but I wouldn't push it past that other than use the formula, and maybe even seek the advice of a medical professional or someone who's in that educated about that. It's like I say, I'm not a doctor, but it's sure working for me. One other thing to caution you about with lipoic acid, especially if you're diabetic, is that it does lower blood sugar, and it does help with insulin resistance. So it may change your blood sugar level, it may change your numbers some, so you want to be monitored by a doctor regularly, and monitor yourself and check that blood sugar level regularly. And so if it goes too low, you can do something about it before you go into hypoglycemia. But anyway, those are the main things. Vitamin B, watch your blood sugar level, drink plenty of water, and it will make you feel better. Like I say, it's the energy thing. If you don't understand that, or I shouldn't say it that way, what helped me understand it, that's a better way to say it, is I've got some little grandkids, and we had a second family later in life, And we adopted a couple of little girls from, one from India and one from Colombia, South America. And now they have babies. And anyway, we've got the little grandkids coming around. And they don't walk, they run. I'm thinking, how do you ever get that energy to do this? But they do, but see, it's the lipoic acid. It's like Thanksgiving's coming up in a couple of days. This is Monday, and Thanksgiving's going to happen on Thursday. So we go to that big meal, and a guy like me, or a lot of people out there looking at this, if they eat very much, they're going to be down for the count, you know. I remember even when I was younger, laying on the floor at my mother's house, just couldn't hardly move. Then when that wears off a bit, then you can get up and move. But you take a little kid, a 2-year-old, and you let him stuff himself if he wants to, and he'll be up running around. That's the difference. It's the lipoic acid. So anyway, I hope that's helped with you. And if you need more information, I would suggest you go to Google and do a BURT, B-U-R-T, Berkson, B-E-R-K-S-O-N, M-D, and you'll get more information there. Also, you might want to listen to that Honest Medicine interview with Dr. Bert Berkson. Just do that. Google that. Honest Medicine interview, Dr. Bert Berkson. Those are a couple of sources that give you a head start on that stuff, as well as you can just do lipoic acid. It's a Google search, or there's another one that'll give you more information about natural things, and it's one that's little known. It's called goodgopher.com, GOODGOPHER.com. Now that one is put up by Natural Health, and you're going to see stuff there that you won't see on the other search engines, because they're kind of biased towards advertisers, and whereas these people are all into natural health. So naturalnews.com it's a spin-off of that. But anyway, I find that to be quite helpful, and to find some things that I couldn't find on Google. Anyway, that's enough for now. Thanks, and till next time, this is Steve Crossley, and this is my world.